Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've ever stared at a stock chart and felt completely overwhelmed by all those jagged, erratic price movements, trust me, you are not alone. It can be a lot. But today, we're taking you straight from emotional, gut-feeling trades to logical, rules-based technical analysis. We are going to dig into the exact mathematical tools that the pros use to cut right through that noise.
So how do you actually tame a chaotic market? Well, volatile markets cause a ton of emotional turmoil, right? But the good news is we can completely remove the guesswork through mathematical smoothing. Technical analysis is basically built on the idea of identifying trends. But when prices are just wildly bouncing up and down every single minute, finding the actual trend can feel like looking for a needle in a haystack. But what if you could literally iron out those jagged edges?
Today, we're taking a quick, step-by-step journey. We'll decode moving averages, compare the SMA versus the EMA, explore the magic of crossovers, introduce the Guppy average, and finally, look at some real-world swing trading strategies.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Decoding the Moving Average.
Let's start with a super visual, totally non-intimidating way to understand an average before we tackle intimidating stock prices. Picture this. You've got 5 people hanging out on a beach. One drinks 7 bottles of a beverage, another drinks 5, someone else has 3, and so on. In total, they consume 29 bottles. Now, if a 6th person walks up and just wants to know the general behavior of the group, they'd simply divide 29 by 5. The average is 5.8 bottles per person. Sure, you have people who drank way more and people who drank less, but that 5.8 gives us a really quick, reliable snapshot of the group's overall behavior. It just completely cuts through the individual variations.
Now, apply that exact same logic to stock prices. By updating the data daily, we create a smooth, curving, trend-following indicator. Let's say you want a 5-day average of a stock. You add up the closing prices of the last 5 days and divide by 5. Simple enough. But tomorrow, you have a brand new closing price. So you add tomorrow's price, and you just drop the price from 6 days ago. You are continuously moving to the newest data and discarding the oldest. And when you plot these daily averages on a chart, those scary, jagged daily price spikes just vanish, replaced by a smooth line that reveals the true direction the stock is actually heading.
Moving right along to Section 2, SMA versus EMA explained.
So what's the difference? There is a huge, direct contrast between the slow, steady, lagging SMA and the fast, highly reactive EMA. The simple moving average we just talked about treats every single day exactly the same. Day 1 is just as important as day 5. But think about the stock market. New information is arguably way more important than old information, right? Markets discount everything, which basically means the price today reflects all current knowledge. The exponential moving average, or EMA, solves this lag by mathematically assigning way more weight to the freshest, newest data. To show you exactly how heavily the EMA weights this newness, let's look at a 10-day EMA. The most recent single day accounts for a massive 18.2% of the total calculation. No joke. In a simple average, 1 day out of 10 would just be a flat 10%. But the EMA calculation gives the freshest data nearly double the importance. Meanwhile, the oldest day in that same 10-day period drops to a weighting of just about 3%. This makes the EMA hug the current price much, much more closely, allowing traders to react to trend changes so much faster.
And get this, here is a surprisingly wild fact from Charles Schwab. Because the older weights decrease exponentially but never actually hit 0, you are technically including an infinite amount of historical data in an EMA. Obviously, mathematically speaking, once you go far enough back, the weighting becomes so completely microscopic that it's virtually irrelevant. But still, it's a really fascinating quirk of how exponential decay works in technical analysis.
All right, on to Section 3, the magic of crossovers.
Okay, let's really dive into this next concept, because relying on just a single, plain average can generate far too many false signals in a sideways, choppy market. If the market is trading flat, just bouncing up and down in a really tight range, the price will constantly cross above and below your single average line. You'll get a buy signal on Tuesday, a sell signal on Wednesday, and another buy signal on Thursday. Traders call this getting whipsawed, and it will absolutely drain your account through 1,000 tiny cuts. So to prevent getting chopped up, traders stack 2 averages together, a faster short-term EMA and a slower long-term EMA. This smooths out all that noise and helps you find the true momentum.
What's beautiful about this is that it creates a procedural playbook. It gives you hard, objective rules to follow instead of just trading on a gut feeling. A classic example is combining a 50-day EMA with a 100-day EMA. In this case, the 50-day is your fast line. When that 50-day crosses above the slower 100-day line, boom, it is a definitive mathematical signal that short-term momentum is officially overpowering the long-term trend. That is your entry. You buy, and you hold that exact position until the 50-day crosses back below the 100-day. It removes your emotions entirely. You quite literally just follow the lines.
Next up, Section 4, Mastering the Guppy Average.
Now this is where things get really cool. Developed by Guppy, the GMA doesn't just use two lines. It uses a whole flock of them to give you this awesome three-dimensional view of the market psychology. Imagine the short-term traders as the sprinters in a cycling race. They're quickly darting back and forth, reacting to every tiny bump in the road. Now imagine the long-term investors as the heavy peloton, that main pack of riders just moving steadily and slowly along the route.
By charting these two completely distinct clusters of EMAs, the degree of separation between them reveals exactly whether a trend is gaining or losing its momentum. Basically, you load up 12 lines on your chart. 6 are for those short-term sprinting traders, and 6 are for the long-term peloton investors. When a really strong bullish trend forms, the short-term lines will fan out and rise sharply above the long-term lines. You are looking for a clear, wide expansion between the two groups. But if the short-term lines suddenly compress together and dive back toward the long-term lines, you know the sprinters are losing steam, and a trend reversal might be right around the corner.
Now I do have to playfully warn you right here, please do not become that trader who tweaks these settings so much that you create an overfitted monster strategy that only ever works in hindsight. Seriously. Because there are 12 different variables in the Guppy system, it is so incredibly tempting to just slightly adjust the days until the chart looks flawlessly predictive on past data. But testing has shown over and over that the standard settings genuinely work best for identifying sustained trending markets. Stick to the system. And remember, while it absolutely shines in trends, it can still struggle a bit in very low volatility sideways markets.
Finally, Section 5, Strategies for Swing Trading. Swing trading is awesome because it perfectly blends the daily thrill of the market with the cooler temperament of a long-term investor. You're targeting larger percentage gains by seeking out high liquidity and really clear chart patterns. Unlike day traders who have to nervously close everything out by 4 p.m., swing traders actually embrace overnight exposure. This lets them capture the real meat of a trend over several days or even weeks. And honestly, the best part? It doesn't require you to stare at a glowing screen for 8 hours a day. By using moving averages on daily charts, a swing trader really only needs to check their positions once or twice a day.
So here is exactly how patience during a tight consolidation period leads to a super calculated entry. In swing trading, you basically watch the Guppy multiple moving averages until all 12 of those lines squeeze really tightly together. This means the market is taking a collective breath. The volatility has just vanished, and buyers and sellers are in total agreement. But hey, the market never stays quiet forever. You wait for the price to aggressively break out of this compression. When you see those moving averages rapidly fan out and separate behind the price, boom, that is your undeniable signal to enter the trade and ride that brand new swing.
And just to make absolutely sure you aren't getting caught in a painful false breakout, smart swing traders pair their moving averages with momentum indicators to confirm the whole setup. Moving averages tell you the direction of the trend, sure, but tools like the RSI, which measures if a stock is overbought or oversold on a scale of 0 to 100, tell you the actual strength behind that trend. Or you might use Bollinger Bands, which visually map standard deviations to confirm if volatility is truly expanding. A robust, rock-solid swing trading system relies on the intersection of all these indicators to give you high-probability trades.
So there you have it. You now possess a complete mathematical toolkit to essentially strip the emotion right out of your trades. From those simple beach analogies all the way up to the 12-line Guppy system, moving averages allow you to stop guessing what the market might do and start reacting to what the market is actually doing. The data is all sitting right there on the chart, just waiting for you to read it. So I leave you with this. Are you going to keep trading on gut feeling, hoping for the best, or are you ready to finally let the math reveal the true trend? Think about that before you make your next trade. Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.